Well, maybe a little bit there.
I don't see how And what do you think? Yeah, like this, they're going to have a major budget increase. Like, yeah, but what would know? I mean, what insurance services received by the city? How would they know this?
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here today. My name is Carolyn Cody. I am the Vice President of Business Operations and Marketing for the BC Lions, and I'll be your MC today. This is a very exciting day for the City of Kelowna, as well as the BC Lions and the CFL, as we share some very exciting details about the Touchdown Kelowna series, pardon me. But before we begin, we would like to, on behalf of the City of Kelowna, the CFL, and the BC Lions, we would like to acknowledge that we're gathered today on the unceded and traditional territory of the Selk Okanagan peoples. To kick things off, please join us in welcoming the Commissioner of the CFL, Mr. Stewart Johnston.
Good morning. Good morning. It is wonderful to be here. Came out to Kelowna here in the central Okanagan region, and I had two tasks, or like two clear tasks today I was sent out with. The first came from my wife, and that was to come back with wine. So I'll be shopping after this. The second task was given to me by Duane, and I don't call that a task. In fact, it is an honor. It is my honor to officially announce that Touchdown Kelowna is coming here to this region for not one, but 2 games in the 2026 CFL season. Congratulations to the BC Lions and to the City of Kelowna. Amar Doman and Duane Vienneau have worked tirelessly to ensure that the BC Lions truly represent the entire province. In fact, the very first game that I attended as commissioner this past season, was at Langford, a preseason game out there. And over the last few years, they've brought our great game to fans across the province, playing in Victoria, holding training camps in Kamloops, and of course, operating their practice facility in Surrey. The Lions are truly the province's team, and that commitment continues in 2026, with the Lions hosting 2 games at the Apple Bowl. And although the CFL schedule isn't going to be officially released for a couple of weeks, I'm here to let you know that the games in Kelowna will be played Saturday, June 27th versus the Calgary Stampeders, and Saturday, July 4th versus the Edmonton Elks. Now, the Touchdown series has an impressive track record with games in Halifax, Wolfville, Moncton, and on the West Coast in Langford and in Victoria. You know, the Grey Cup is the pinnacle of the CFL's year, but touchdowns really come right behind that. They bring so much impact, they bring so much interest from fans, and they are really a wonderful piece of the CFL schedule. But beyond the excitement on the field, this series also delivers very material economic impact, driving tourism and supporting local businesses. So I encourage CFL fans, come for the game, stay for the weekend, stay for the week. Kelowna has so much to offer, and the Lions will deliver a full festival experience. These games are truly must-see events. I love seeing our game reach new communities. It's a chance for our teams and players to connect with fans in the region and then share the excitement of Canadian football with new fans. And I can't wait to be back on site in Kelowna in 2026. To give you a little taste of that, here's a short video. Thank you.
Please join us in welcoming the Mayor of Kelowna, Mayor Tom Dyas.
Well, good morning, everyone. Wow, this is pretty exciting, isn't it? That it ends up being that this city and this region gets to host 2 BC Lions CFL games. This is a great day, and I know there's been many people working on it, and I'm very, very grateful for all of their work so far. So on behalf of myself, on behalf of council, and on behalf of the City of Kelowna, it is an honor to be here today as we announce, and I'll just let you see exactly I'd like to extend a sincere thank you to everyone joining us here today. Our CFL Commissioner, Stewart Johnston, BC Lions President, Duane, and I understand also Calgary Stampeders President, Jay McNeil, and also Edmonton Elks President, Chris Morris, was going to join us too, but there was a little issue with some white stuff in Calgary that didn't allow them to kind of get here. And also a pleasure to welcome Nathan Rourke, who we watched play. In an amazing performance, as we all followed that kind of nail biter in that last game, definitely for certain. So we look at next year is going to be the season that you guys win the Grey Cup. Yeah. I also want to recognize some of my councillor colleagues who have joined us here today. We have Councillor Luke Stack, Councillor Loyal Woolridge, Councillor Maxine DeHart, Councillor Rick Weber, Councillor Ron Cannon, Councillor Mohini Singh, and Councillor Gord Lovegrove, alongside our City Manager, Doug Gilchrist. Please give them a round of applause. I know the planning for this has been underway for a good period of time, and We're just absolutely thrilled that the BC Lions and the CFL will play 2 home games here next summer. From the day that we started having these discussions, and like I said, that was many, many months ago, you could feel the excitement building across our city. This will be the largest sporting event ever held in Kelowna and the Okanagan region. As the Commissioner mentioned, from June 27th through to July 4th, 2026, Touchdown Kelowna will grow into 2 BC Lions games surrounded by a community event and festival. For some, summer holidays will become a celebration of Canadian football, BC Lions, our local businesses, food and wine, our new UNESCO designation, arts and culture, and also agriculture. These games continue the momentum of building upon what we are doing in Kelowna. As many of you know, this year we have already hosted major events like the Montana's Briar and the Canadian Country Music Awards. Next year we will welcome the Memorial Cup, the Canadian Summer Games, and Touchdown Kelowna adds to that energy and excitement that will bring events to a higher level within our community. By crowd size and by economic impact, these Lions games are expected to be the largest sporting event within our region. And it is truly fitting because the Lions are truly British Columbia's team. Their fan base stretches well beyond the Lower Mainland, and we know how strong and passionate that support is here in the Okanagan. Football runs very deep within our city, from the Okanagan Sun, who members are here with us today, and we thank them for being here, to Kelowna Minor football. Generations of athletes, coaches, volunteers, and families have built a proud foundation on the sport of football. Hosting the Lions here will be strengthening that legacy, inspiring the next generation, and maybe even start a new tradition moving into the future. And with the Lions star quarterback Nathan Rourke hailing from Victoria, who knows, maybe the next CFL standout will come right here from Kelowna. We are proud to welcome the BC Lions to our city. We thank the Commissioner, we thank Duane. We are ready for the excitement, ready for the celebration, and ready to showcase our community on the national stage. Thank you all for being here today.
Thank you, Mayor Dyas. Now to speak more to the economic impact of the Touchdown Kelowna series, please join us in welcoming Lisanne Valentire from Tourism Kelowna.
Oh my goodness, what an exciting day. Thank you, Carolyn. What more to say? I have the lucky job of describing to you what all this is going to mean for a town, a city that is the fastest growing city in Canada to benefit from, and what's going to happen when this hits. We anticipate that the economic impact of Touchdown Kelowna event will be, initially we thought, in the tens of millions. This morning, I heard different numbers. I heard some different numbers from our friends at the BC Lions that we could be looking at potentially 60 million in new economic impact spending. Yes. That is important for a city that is fueled by tourism. We get approximately 2 million visitors here annually, and something tells me that at the end of next year, that number is going to be a little bit higher, and it's because of everybody here in the room, and we are grateful for the BC Lions choosing to bring this event to Kelowna. That investment will ripple through our hotels, our restaurants, our attractions, our local businesses. It's a powerful example of how major events can create new and measurable value in our community here. Now, hosting the event in spring is also highly strategic. And again, we have to thank the BC Lions for going to bat and, wrong sports metaphor, making a case for the two teams that we did receive as opponents, worthy opponents, because the timing is going to jumpstart our visitor season. Having those two games is going to cement a visitor base that will just keep going and keep booking into our normal high season. And I think it's just going to keep moving that giant bubble of visitors right past fall. It's going to help our businesses ramp up staffing and operations. It's going to extend the tourism season and strengthen our year-round stability. That is the gift you are bringing to our community. So thank you for that. We expect strong interest from our key tourism markets. We are primarily what's called a short-haul market here for visitors, but that means our target market is BC, Lower Mainland, and Alberta. So what a more perfect fit could we have asked for with this announcement today? These guests are going to fill hotel rooms, they're going to dine in our restaurants, they're going to explore the local wineries, they're going to golf, they're going to be hiking, and at the same time enjoy a very unique experience that makes Kelowna so memorable. So just touching beyond the economics, major events like this are bringing people together. You are helping us bring community together. We are building pride in place for our residents, and all while giving visitors a taste of what makes this community so special. And here's our commitment to you, BC Lions. This is a town that knows how to activate when there is a major event here. We will activate and support this event, Touchdown Kelowna, and the festival that happens in between those two dates, because it's more than just two games. We will commit to working collaboratively to activate our businesses and our community to make sure that people have such an amazing experience. You're going to want to come back to Kelowna. So thank you, BC Lions, and thank you for helping us grow our reputation as one of Canada's fastest growing cities, but also one of Canada's top cities for hosting major events.
Thank you, Lizanne. Now to share more details about the event, please join us in welcoming President of the BC Lions, Mr. Duane Vienneau.
Hello, everyone. I just want to start off by saying how incredibly happy I am to be here. You know, we started this process like the mayor talked about. I don't even know when we first started talking about it, and Doug, and I just want to start off by sharing that from the very first time we started talking, it was just the enthusiasm and the can-do attitude on how do we make this work was evident. And I just want to start off by thanking, you know, both of you for that. And here we are today, and I'm so very, very happy to be able to say we're coming in this summer and with two games. So thank you very much. And let's give you guys a quick round of applause. I'd like to tell you a little story about how we got here. So, you know, the Touchdown series, I'll get into that in a minute, but FIFA's coming to this province. FIFA's coming to Vancouver, and we're so tremendously fortunate for that to happen. It's the largest sporting event in the world, but it came, and it's in the stadium that we play in, and we were in a situation where, like, what do we do? And it really sort of got us in that point where let's start talking about what can we do, and there's a million different options, but we always gravitated back to what about Kelowna? And so we were talking about Kelowna, and then we started talking about, well, what about two games in Kelowna? And what about, you know, those Alberta partners of ours, and how this I'm going to call it the orange triangle, this orange triangle of the Lower Mainland, the Edmonton, the Edmonton Elks, the Calgary Stampeders, and Kelowna's sort of right dab in that middle, and how are we going to invade this market? I cannot wait to see what happens. It's going to be very, very exciting. But to give you a bit of background, our owner, Amar Dorman, and I have to thank Amar, he basically said, Duane, we have to stay in BC. So we cannot, sometimes these situations, you might go to a stadium maybe in another province to play a game, and you would do that because it's just easier potentially. And he said, not a chance. He says, he believes this shirt, And he said, we have to play in this province, and here we are today, and we're building this stadium, which I'll talk about in a second. So it's been talked about Touchdown Pacific. We did this last year in Victoria. We took a small, baseball stadium, Royal Athletic Park, holds 3,000 people, converted it into a 15,000-seat football stadium, changed the field out, got rid of the outfield fence line, tremendous amount of work, and it was tremendously successful. We generated $17 million of economic impact, and it was for one game and a very, very small festival. So when we talk about our economic impact number, you even went down a little bit. I think it's going to be a little higher, a little bit higher. But if we had 17 million for one game, and now we're doing two games, and it's 15,000, and we're building the Apple Bowl into closer to 20, we believe that number is going to be in that 60 to 70 million dollars of economic impact. So the success of Touchdown Pacific, we just know what that's going to roll over into here, and we just cannot wait. Something about Touchdown Pacific that we saw is people from all 9 teams came. They bought tickets from across the country. Even Atlantic Schooners that don't even have a team bought tickets. They're the team, but who knows about the Atlantic Schooners here? They're the team that has never lost. Even the Atlantic Schooners came and participated, and you'll see people walking around the streets of Kelowna. They're going to be Elks jerseys and Riders jerseys, and just everyone will be around, and you'll be able to see the colors, and obviously there's going to be lots of orange kicking around. So what are we doing? We're with help from our friends at Kelowna, and Doug and Jim and the whole team that we're starting to meet, is we're going to Apple Bowl, where our partners with the Okanagan Sun play. It's a couple thousand, 3,000 people. We're gonna try to get that to 20. We've committed to being minimum 17,500. We're gonna try to get it to 20, and we're building it out. You won't recognize it. It's going to be exciting. You'll find that the stands will be right on top of the players, if you will. We try to get it very tight and make sure that you're really close to the action. So, and it's going to be, we showed you pictures there, but we're transforming that into a stadium that's going to be very, very cool to be in. Now, someone's already said it. I lobbied hard with the commish. I said, this thing only works if it's Edmonton and Calgary, so thank you, Stu. We just know that just having those two teams coming into this market is going to be tremendous. And then what really sort of cemented the timing for us is we wanted to be here. We wanted kids to get out of school. So that's why the June 27th date, it had to be done out of school. And then the next week, we wanted it to be back-to-back, because we want people to be able to come and stay for both if they want to, from wherever they're coming from. But it just so happened, Canada Day falls right in the middle. And what a perfect thing. Once we figured that out, like Mayor, we were jumping up and down for joy. And it's just going to be this perfect festival in between, which we're going to work with our Kelowna partners and building out a really, really excellent festival. So thank you for that. Did I mention the economic impact already? I'll do it again. Should it go up? No, I'm just kidding. So again, I want to close on a couple things here. Again, I want to thank everyone from the City of Kelowna. Just so far, we haven't even really started, and I just feel like there's just this sense of partnership and family, and we just want to really do whatever we can to make this work. So I want to thank you for that. And before I forget, I want to thank my team. Our team's been working very hard, Carolyn and Jordan and everybody in the back, just working hard. They came here yesterday, they saw the venue for the first time, and they're going to present maps this afternoon. So everyone's working hard to get things going and making sure everything's a quick success. I want to talk a little bit about ticket sales. We go on sale on February 19th. Everyone, the Lions season seat holders can buy their tickets now. There will be an opportunity for our partners, the Lions partners, the competing teams, season seat holders. We will also be doing some stuff with the Okanagan Sun. We've talked about that. But we'll rest assured, this will be a very, very quick sellout. But we make sure we save tickets for the local community to make sure that it's not just all locals coming. We want to make sure everyone can participate if they want to. In 2024, the Touchdown Pacific game sold out in 56 minutes. So we know it's going to do that, especially with what these teams are and everything we just talked about. So sorry, I've probably overtalked. I went too far. I wanna bring up, Nathan Rourke and Carolyn Cody and Nathan Rourke are coming up. But before I get off the stage, I just wanna, Nathan just won the most outstanding player and the most outstanding Canadian. So let's just give him a round of applause. Jay McNeil and Chris Morris, but Jay was actually at the airport in Calgary this morning. He's the president of the Calgary Stampeders. He got snowed out. He was trying to be here, and he just wanted to be here and say, listen, we're bringing our fans, and we're also going to come and support Kelowna. So thank you very much.
Duane stole my thunder. I was going to acknowledge you on your amazing awards. Yeah. But no, obviously you had a tremendous season this past season. What are you doing to prepare going into the off season?
Doing a lot of events like this, rubbing shoulders with all the elite. The off season is a huge time for us. The first time we try to decompress and try to go and spend some time with family, spend time with my wife. But we're right back at it with our strength coach and with Buck. We'll be here. I mean, he got hired and came into Vancouver like February last year. So we're going to be hitting it the ground running with everything that we needed to do to make it better and make sure it doesn't come down to those final 17 seconds like you were saying, Mr. Mayor. So we can be playing in Calgary in 2026 in the Grey Cup. So that's what we're working on.
So last year, Touchdown Pacific, you had a chance to play in that incredible game. Mm-hmm. We dominated. Mm-hmm. What's it like as a player to play in these legendary games? Yeah,
it was really, really cool. Shout out to Duane and the rest of the staff. You guys did a tremendous job creating an environment that players we still talk about. It will be talked about again going into this event as well. So you guys got a high bar to get to, but I'm sure you'll be fine. It was a very close college-like environment for us. So we were running on the field. There was, the crowd were on either side. We're running out, slapping hands, and after the game, meeting people who never seen a CFL game or had never been on you met CFL players before, which was really cool. But just felt like they were, like Duane said, you said they were on top of it. We kind of felt that as well, and which is it's a cool feeling. And it felt like a college game, like I said, and it was they just such a great job. It was a great weather day too. We lucked out with that, and it was just really cool to be around the community. And obviously, the game went pretty well for us too. So hopefully, we can continue to have success outside of BC Place.
Amazing.
A lot to a little. I don't remember.
So we can see how excited the community is here, as well as all of the fans in the Okanagan. What does it mean for you and your teammates to bring these very different games to new communities across Canada? Yeah, it's super cool. It's super cool. I think that's, again, I want to go off the back of what Duane said about our owner just keeping things in BC. Like, I know that there are other options, maybe easier options to do things other ways, but it means a lot for us to be able to go and play in BC. One of the great things I get to do in the off season is I go around to different schools around BC. As well as some of my teammates, we go up as far as Prince George, and we take ferries out to the island, and we go all over the Lower Mainland, and we just kind of get to bring it's a great message that we bring, but it's also we get to bring up BC Lions to those communities. I was up in I'm blanking on the name of the communities, but I was up in some really cool places, and just to be able to connect with those people is part of what makes it so cool to be the BC Lions rather than just the Vancouver Lions or the Surrey Lions or whatever you want to call it. And I think that commitment is really special. And I was talking with the mayor earlier. It's really fun for me to be able to show Americans, like, this might be their first time ever being in Canada. They get to see how beautiful BC is. They get to go to Kamloops. They get to go to Kelowna. They get to see Vancouver. It's so awesome, and I'm so proud of that. And I think it's going to be really special for us. Awesome. Well, spoiler alert, you'll be back in February with a bunch of your teammates when we host some events here in town. Sweet. Thanks so much for joining us here today, Nathan. Looking forward to it. Thanks, guys. All right, folks, that wraps up the formal portion of our event here. I would like to invite the speakers back up. We're going to take some quick photos up on stage here, and then afterwards we'll be doing some one-on-ones back by the podium. Friendly reminder, public tickets do go on sale February 19th, but if you do want to skip the line, you can become a Lions season ticket holder for first access to tickets. And we look forward to seeing you back here in June of next year.